The Indiana Fever were in a tough spot. The losses were piling up. The team was struggling to find its footing. Something had to change. The Fever had always been a proud franchise. They had a history of success. But this season was different. The team just couldn't seem to get on track. There was a sense of frustration in the air. The players were giving it their all, but the results weren't showing. The pressure was mounting. Enter Caitlin Clark. The young phenom was drafted to be the franchise player. She was expected to turn things around, but her arrival came with its own set of challenges. Clark was intense. She was ultra-competitive. She demanded the best from herself and her teammates. This created a new dynamic in the locker room. Some players thrived under the pressure, others struggled to adapt. The team was still trying to find its identity. Tensions ran high as the losses mounted. The pressure was getting to everyone. Players were frustrated. There were disagreements about roles and playing time. Lexie Hull, a veteran presence on the team, witnessed it all. She saw the frustration building. She knew something had to give. Hull decided to take matters into her own hands. She knew that Clark was the key to unlocking the team's potential. But first, Clark had to understand the impact she was having. After a particularly tough loss, Clark had a heart-to-heart with her teammates. She acknowledged the tension. She admitted that her intensity might have been rubbing some people the wrong way, but most importantly, she expressed her unwavering belief in the team. She knew they could turn things around if they could just find a way to come together. Her words resonated with the team. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about trust, respect, and a shared desire to win. Section 5. Finding her voice. Clark's speech was a turning point. It wasn't just about the words she spoke, but the emotion and conviction behind them. Her teammates could feel the passion in her voice, and it resonated deeply with each one of them. It was the moment she truly became a leader. This speech marked the beginning of a new chapter for Clark and her team. They saw her not just as a player, but as someone who could inspire and guide them through challenges. She had always been vocal on the court, directing plays and encouraging her teammates. But now, her voice carried a new weight. It was filled with purpose and determination, and it was clear that she was ready to take on the responsibility of leadership. But now, she was finding her voice off the court as well. She realized that being a leader wasn't just about what happened during the game. It was about building trust and relationships with her teammates in every aspect of their lives. She made a conscious effort to connect with her teammates on a personal level. She started to spend more time with them outside of practice, getting to know their stories, their struggles, and their dreams. She wanted to understand their perspectives. She listened more than she spoke, and in doing so, she learned what motivated each of her teammates. She discovered their strengths and weaknesses, and how she could help them grow. She wanted to build relationships that went beyond basketball. She organized team-building activities and encouraged her teammates to support each other in their personal lives. She knew that a strong bond off the court would translate to better performance on the court. The team started to gel. They became more than just a group of individuals playing a game. They became a family, united by a common goal and a deep sense of camaraderie. The players were communicating better, they understood each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they worked together to overcome obstacles. They trusted each other, and that trust was evident in their gameplay. They were supporting each other on and off the court. Whether it was helping a teammate up after a fall or celebrating a victory together, they were there for each other. Clark's leadership had transformed the team, and they were ready to take on any challenge that came their way. Section 6. The weight of expectations. As Clark's star continued to rise, so did the media attention surrounding the Fever. Everyone wanted a piece of the young phenomenon. The pressure was immense. Clark handled the spotlight with grace and maturity. She never shied away from the attention, but she also never let it distract her from her goals. She knew that her every move was being scrutinized, but she refused to let the pressure get to her. She was determined to prove herself worthy of the hype. Section 7. Dealing with the media frenzy. The media frenzy surrounding the Indiana Fever was unlike anything the team had ever experienced. Cameras flashed incessantly, microphones were thrust into their faces, and questions were fired at them from all directions. The players had to navigate this new reality while trying to maintain their focus on the game. The increased media scrutiny wasn't always easy on the team. The constant attention and pressure from the media added an extra layer of stress to their already demanding schedules. It wasn't just about playing basketball anymore. It was about managing their public image and handling the relentless scrutiny that came with their newfound fame. The other players were thrust into the spotlight as well. They had to answer questions not only about their own performances, but also about their teammates and the team's overall dynamics. Every word they said was analyzed and dissected by the media, adding to the pressure they felt. They were bombarded with questions about Clark. Reporters wanted to know everything about her training regimen, her thoughts on the game, her personal life. The intense focus on one player could have easily caused tension within the team, but the Fever were determined not to let that happen. It would have been easy for resentment to build, but the Fever had come too far to let the media frenzy derail their progress. They had worked tirelessly to get to this point, and they weren't about to let external pressures tear them apart. Instead, they used the media attention as a way to strengthen their bond and reinforce their commitment to each other. They were in this together. The players knew that their success depended on their unity and support for one another. They made a conscious effort to stay connected and to lift each other up, both on and off the court. This sense of solidarity was crucial in helping them navigate the challenges brought on by the media frenzy. They supported Clark through it all. Despite the intense focus on her, Clark never felt alone. Her teammates were always there to offer a kind word, a pat on the back, or a cheer from the sidelines. They understood the pressure she was under and did everything they could to help her manage it. They knew that she was carrying a lot of weight on her shoulders, and they were determined to help her succeed. The Fever's unwavering support for Clark was a testament to their strength as a team. They recognized that her success was their success, and they were committed to helping her achieve her best, no matter the challenges they faced along the way. Section 8. A team transformed. Slowly but surely, the Fever started to turn things around. The wins didn't come easy, but the team was playing with a renewed sense of purpose. They were more than just a collection of talented individuals. They were a team, and they were starting to believe in themselves. The transformation was evident in their play. They were more cohesive, they were more resilient, and they were never out of a game. Section 9. Embracing the journey. The Fever's journey was far from over. They still faced challenges. There were still bumps in the road, but they had learned from their struggles. They had learned the importance of communication. They had learned the power of unity, and they had learned that anything is possible when they work together. The future was bright for the Fever. They had a young superstar in Clark. They had a solid core of veterans, and they had a newfound sense of belief. Section 10. The future is bright. The Indiana Fever had a season that started with uncertainty and doubt. But as the weeks went by, something incredible began to unfold. The Indiana Fever were no longer the team that had struggled at the beginning of the season. They had transformed into a cohesive unit, working tirelessly in practice, strategizing meticulously, and pushing their limits every single day. They were a team on a mission. Each player brought their unique strengths to the table, and together, they formed an unstoppable force. Their determination was palpable, and their focus was unwavering. They were a team to be reckoned with. On the court, they executed plays with precision and dominated their opponents with a newfound confidence. Every game was a testament to their hard work and dedication. Clark's arrival had brought about a period of growth and transformation. Her presence was a catalyst for change, inspiring her teammates to elevate their game. She brought a fresh perspective and a relentless drive that was contagious. The team had faced its challenges head-on. They encountered obstacles that tested their resolve, but they never backed down. Instead, they used these challenges as opportunities to grow and improve, and they had come out stronger on the other side. Each victory was a celebration of their resilience and teamwork. The bond between the players grew stronger with every win, and their confidence soared. The Fever were a team to watch out for. Their impressive performances caught the attention of fans and critics alike. They were no longer underdogs, they were contenders, ready to take on any challenge that came their way. They were a team on the rise. With each game, they gained momentum, and their progress was undeniable. The future looked bright for the Indiana Fever, and their journey was just beginning, and they were just getting started. The season ahead was filled with promise and potential. The Indiana Fever were ready to make their mark, and the world was watching. Their story was one of perseverance, growth, and unyielding spirit. The future was indeed bright for this remarkable team. Section 11. An Unbreakable Bond. The bond between Clark and her teammates, especially Hull, was unbreakable. They had weathered the storm together, and they had come out stronger for it. The Fever were more than just a team, they were a family, and they were ready to take on the world.